Time to do some stamping. I took the front piece and I put it on here and traced around it because there's no real reason to stamp underneath it if I'm going to be covering it up anyway. Besides, I think that looks kind of sloppy if you do something like that. First thing we're going to do is wet this. And next thing we're going to do is let it dry for a little while. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to let it dry for a little bit and we'll be back. Okay, that's enough. It took just a few minutes to dry to where I liked it. And I'm going to set my little creaser tool here, my once upon a time stitch groover, now it's a creaser tool, to the appropriate width. What I've done is I've already marked where I'm going to put my stitch line and my my crease in with my dividers. Stitch line is, like my usual, just a hair over 1/8 of an inch, and the crease line is going to be 1/8 of an inch inside that. Let's get my creaser set here. Yeah, that'll work right there. And once it's set, I just run it along that line and I make my little crease. Do that to both sides. Making sure I run it evenly along the edge. Because if I screw it up now, I really don't have any way of redoing it. Let me get right up here a little bit. Okay, there's a crease there. And then I'm going to stamp my border on the inside of that crease. But down at the bottom here, if I just keep stamping my border down, that'll look kind of funky. So what I'm going to do is I've got the American Indian symbol, the sun symbol, and that's the symbol for happiness. I'm going to put that down at the bottom here and then run my border off of that, and if I get it just right, it should fit well into the whole rest of the design. Alright, here we go. There we go. You got the sun symbol down there. Now I'll just run my border down to that. But the way I do it, I don't know, let me see. Let me see how this will fit. Start right there. I'll start at one end, give it a stamp, come down here. I don't want to obscure my sun symbol now, so I'm going to give it just a tiny bit of space and give that a whack there. Then I'll step it off. Along this line. I hope I have the camera in the right place. And y'all see me do this with the stitch lines too, but with a completely different tool. It's just a hair short. So what I'm going to do is squeeze it in just a tiny bit with each stamp until I come out even. All right, here we go. And be careful before you hit it to make sure you're right where you want to be. Because honestly, if you're doing some kind of other design and you get a little misstamp here or there, it doesn't really matter, because that'll get lost in the whole rest of the design. But this is just a border, so it's got to look good, and I got to be accurate with it. That also means that everything has to be just right. Just the right time of day. I don't want to be hungry. I don't want to be thirsty. Okay, that's one side. Now I'm going to come down the other side. I want to have lots of sun coming in through my big picture window. I got this light up here. Everything's got to be just right, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that, and we'll be right back. Okay, that's all done there. That's it done for the stamping on the front. And on the back, I put my little bear paw. That's all I put as far as the maker's mark. People that put these great, huge, elaborate maker's mark on them, I'm not too hip on that. I don't know. Not something I like. Anyway, so this piece will go here. And I'm not going to do any stamping or anything on this, because that will have a stitch line around it and a snap on it. So there'll be plenty of stuff on there. But basically when we come back, let's see. We'll see what I'm doing next. See you then.